Back at y'all with some more boxing news and updates. You already know this your boy Love One to Hate One. Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. Well, the good thing I can say about Errol Spence is he sound like he's in a good headspace right now. He don't sound stressed out. He don't sound like, he's going crazy. You know how some people, after a loss, you don't even hear from them for a while. Remember when Deontay Wilder first got beat by Tyson Fury? You didn't hear from Deontay Wilder for a while. I'm glad that Errol Spence sounds like he's in a good headspace right now. So I will say that. But Errol Spence also speaks on the reason he felt like he lost to Terrence Crawford. But he says it's no excuses. He just felt like he just had an off night. In so many words. And in this video, I'm going to get deep on why I felt like Errol Spence had an off night. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Errol Spence also posted something on his IG. I will show you guys, but he posted it on his story, and I wasn't able to screenshot it because, your story only lasts for 24 hours. I should have screenshotted it, but somebody has it. If you check, it's proof here. But he basically said that I'm a man that don't make excuses. Even if I had an excuse, I will never tell you. Nobody would know about it. Then he put an LOL at the end of that. Now I want to get deep on that comment from Errol Spence because, as we all know, there's some truth to every joke. I don't care how you say it. I don't care why you said it. It's some truth to every joke. And I can also feel in my heart that Errol Spence feels like that wasn't him. And honestly, you guys, it's easy to say, oh, it's because of Terrence Crawford, which I do feel like it was because of Terrence Crawford, partially. But Errol Spence not looking himself did not help. If you check out Errol Spence's ring walk, something was off, man. Errol Spence looked tired. His eyes was red, drowsy. Man, listen here. Let me tell you guys a very, very quick story, real quick. And this is facts. So, right after the Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight, right? My cousin was over here watching the fight. He's a big-time Terrence Crawford fan. I'm talking die hard. But even after the fight, he was talking to me, right? And he was like, man, even though I picked Terrence Crawford to win the fight, I had Terrence Crawford winning the fight. I'm not going to lie, something was off for Errol Spence. Something was off. Like, Terrence Crawford, it's not even the fact that Terrence Crawford looked sensational. Nobody is denying that. It's just the fact that Errol Spence just didn't look like Errol Spence. I mean, you could tell when somebody lose a fight but still look like themselves. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence didn't look like himself. This is my cousin saying this shit. And he's like, I don't know, Errol Spence, when he was walking out, if you pay attention, because I didn't even really notice it when Errol Spence was walking out because, you're so ready and invested to see the fight, you're not really noticing these small things. But one thing about my cousin, he's very observant, probably more observant than me, especially watching it live. Because watching it live, you're not really watching everything. You kind of miss things. That's why it's good to watch things back. But I went to watching it back and I was like, damn, why Errol looked so drained? I don't know, was it mentally drained, physically drained, or both? We all know that Errol is just not ready for 147 anymore, just as well as Terrence Crawford. So could that have been it? Could it have been the inactivity? I don't know, man. It's just the fact that you could be a Terrence Crawford fan and you could be unbiased about this situation. And in the rematch, like I told you guys, yes, it's hard to pick Errol to beat Terrence Crawford, especially how one-sided that fight was. But you got to give Errol a chance, man. Give Errol the benefit of the doubt. I personally feel like the same thing with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder got absolutely dismantled in that second fight against Tyson Fury. Nobody thought Deontay Wilder would come back in the rematch and do as well as he did. Yes, Deontay Wilder got stopped. Yeah, he got knocked out, right? The same thing I could even see happening with Errol in the rematch. I'm not going to even lie. But I'm not counting Errol out, man. I'm not. Deontay Wilder came in the rematch and put up a great effort. Almost stopped Tyson Fury. Dropped him 2 times. And he actually outboxed Tyson Fury for the first 2 rounds. So you guys get what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, even if Errol Spence lose, he will give a better effort and he will give a better showing in the next fight. That's all pretty much everybody is saying. It's like nobody's seen that, man. I just don't know, man. Nobody's seen Errol getting just dog walk like that, man. So I really do feel at the end of the day, it's like a 50-50. I feel like it was 50% Terrence Crawford because, let's be honest, if it was anybody else that came in the ring that night, let's say a rematch with Danny, Sean Porter, maybe even a Keith Thurman, I think that Errol would have looked better than what he looked in the fight with Terrence Crawford. That's how I personally feel. So we have to say Terrence Crawford played a part when it came down to Errol Spence looking bad, right? I just feel like, Errol he just had an off night, man. He had an off night on the worst night to have an off night. You get what I'm saying? I personally feel like Errol was just off, yo. I don't know what it was. I know the weight has something to do with it. Maybe the inactivity. Who knows? Maybe Errol also, it's a possibility he could have overtrained too. A lot of people don't discuss this. You can overtrain. Maybe he was overtraining too much for this damn fight because Errol was in tremendous shape. That's why I was like, damn, man, Terrence Crawford may be in a little trouble. But what happened to Errol Spence's punch resistance? I mean, Errol got hurt by Ugas. Well, it really bust, but Ugas not known as a big puncher. And Terrence Crawford, is this power that crazy? We all know Terrence Crawford got power, but we ain't never seen Errol Spence just bouncing up and down off the canvas like that. I mean, he was hurting Errol Spence with a damn jab. What the hell happened to Errol Spence's punch resistance? That was shocking the shit out of me. Errol was just, it's like every time Terrence Crawford would touch Errol would get hurt. I'm like, come on, what the hell is up with that? Some people say it could be the car accident, yada, yada, yada. But I could tell by Errol Spence's response about this whole fight with Terrence Crawford, basically trying to make it seem like it's no excuses, right? But I know deep inside Errol Spence's heart, he knows, man, that wasn't me. It's something that just went on that night. And sometimes that happens in boxing. But it's just cold that happened at the wrong moment. But, like I said, I'm not counting Errol out. And I do feel like Errol Spence going to give a better fight in the rematch. At least, even if he lose, as I said before. Because you got to be edging Terrence Crawford for the rematch. But even if he lose, he going to give a better fight. And I won't be surprised if he even hurt Crawford a few times. But all right, y'all, I am out.